Glad to have you with us from Malone Stadium in Monroe, Louisiana. Is there really anything better than immersing yourself in football all afternoon on a Saturday, and we continue with this one. It's the Akron Zips and the UL Monroe Warhawks. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Guys, I caught up with the Warhawks head coach. He did have a conversation with his star wide receiver. He understands all of the sacrifices he made to come back to school and give it all for this team this year. There is a lot of Heisman talk, but he said the only talk you need to worry about is between you, your quarterback, and your teammates. Focus on doing your job, and the Heisman and all that attention might come down the road. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Warhawks kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll try to get the edge on the left. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Let's talk about Akron. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Davis looking to pass. He tries to take the top off. Reels it in down the left side. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver, and man, their fans have been hungry to see that.
Well, it's the first 3rd down of the game. You can't execute it any better than that. Really nice job in protection. Good job by the QB finding the open man. Nice route, and it's an explosive play early for this offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the right. And they're not on the same page there.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Running inside. It's DeMarco. Good, solid tackle. It'll be 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. Turning it on. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Zips go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll send the back in motion. To the air on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's DeMarco. And he's wrestled to the ground. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
Davis will throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. You're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
I love the third down defense. I love the defense understanding passing situation, dropping back, keeping everything in front of them, and then breaking on the football. In order to do this and be great on third down, you got to do one thing really well. You've got to come up and make that tackle, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, the head coach has to like that. It's the first drive of the entire year. You did some good stuff on the drive. You get yourself in field goal range. Most important, you come away with points to kick this season off.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Leaves it with the running back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was looking for running room, but they get him down at the 28, and now they are set up.
Man, I love night games because you have all day to get excited, get jacked up, and you could tell the QB might have been a little too excited. Forcing the ball into coverage on the first pass attempt, creating the interception. Now this defense has set this offense up in a great position to get some early momentum.
He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Akron! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They think there's room to run to the right here. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
3rd and short. They've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Looking down the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's 4th and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this offense up in really good position.
The Zips ready to go on offense. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Quick release on the RPO. Touchdown Zips. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And he's coming out of the end zone. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the grab on the left. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Nice play. And this running back showing you why he truly is a 3-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. And when you get this guy the football in space in the perimeter of the field, he's got the wiggle and he's got the power to break tackles from the secondary. That's why this guy has an opportunity to play at the next level.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. At the end of the quarter, guys, it's Akron holding the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Can't get him to the ground. Could be an alley. He now has 63 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the...
Touchdown Zips! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And how about this offense? Man, they must have used fall camp perfectly. Coming out firing on all cylinders, smooth, in a rhythm. Great start to the year by this offense.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Monroe has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. This time it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Brings it in down the left side. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little...
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Monroe. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And you want these guys that can take the top off the defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you, and he does it right here. Just runs by the DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. set up shop. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Davis looking to pass. He's going for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Still looking, on the move. Gets rid of it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Oh, my, he just shanked that one. Didn't get quite as much as they had hoped out of that one, and the offense will be in business. We're going to mark it around the 40-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bueno.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Nine-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. We were at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Warhawks can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Fakes the grab. Smashes through the tackle. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
This offense has put a pretty good drive together, man. Like showing a little bit of balance, back-to-back plays, creating some chunks of yardage, and now really set up in a position to do well. 1st and goal, and the defense their heads spinning a little bit because mixing the run and pass really well on this drive.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Got 5 on that last one. Now, how aggressive will they be on 2nd and inches? Push forward on the sneak. He will not get there as the defense stops him again. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. How many chances can you afford to waste in the red zone? They've already been stopped twice. Can they come through this time? It's 3rd and goal. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the 1st down marker. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. Calls his own number. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Warhawks!
It's just so nice to have a signal parent who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Coming out with it, it's Kane. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. The run inside. It's DeMarco. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. He now has 72 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. Davis will throw. Unloads to the right. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. They'll try to get the first through the air. He wants to go deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. He'll set up to throw. Oh, they're after him. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. After the sack, they have their work cut out for them. Basically, they have to get it to the other side of town. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Trying to beat the D deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
A third down try for the offense. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Davis looking to pass. Here's a heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Wants to throw, they'll have to be efficient against the clock. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Gonna run it. It's DeMarco. Got enough for the 1st. Finding some room. The 20. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Akron. His 3rd touchdown of this game and his 3rd on the season.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the 1st half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the 2nd quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the 2nd half, and the defense needs to start making adjustments.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the number 11 team, the Pitt Panthers. And it's the Gators with a gritty victory away from home. This team prepared well all week, and they'll enjoy the fruits of their labor, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here comes the Warhawks offense onto the field to go on the attack. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They've got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Makes the grab. It's Jones. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige when you've got the playmakers you have offensively. Just keep chucking them.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Davis will throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He throws it back to the left, a risky ball. Makes the catch outside. Touchdown Zips. And the route is on.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game one going exactly how they scripted it.
And they tacked on the extra point. And he's going to bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And on that kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. There's never a good time for it, but, man, do you hate to see it in the first game of the season. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds a man in the middle. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally two guys hook up.
Gonna take a shot. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. They just keep firing. Another incompletion on third down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, looking to pass. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
That's caught. It's DeMarco.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field. Don't make a mistake. Check it down to your running back. Let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw. But you could tell they were definitely locked in. And they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
Sweep. Go. Davis looking to pass. Moving away from pressure. Slings it downfield. On target to the left. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And they owe that completion to the quarterback and his individual effort. He was under incredible pressure, but he was able to buy himself time, extend the play, and then locate a receiver down the field.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Nice job by this defense, man. Playing aggressive, playing physical, taking away the easy stuff on the perimeter. Nice job rushing the quarterback, bringing more bodies near the line of scrimmage, getting the sack, and forcing the 3rd down and goal.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Zips. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he makes the extra point. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. On the run, it's Bueno. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. With the catch, it's Bueno. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And it's his 4th interception of the night. And he's brought down, but this interception, a huge play to end this quarter. Guys, it's Akron holding the lead here so far. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Davis will throw. Stepping to the right. Blasted as he lets it go. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Louisiana Monroe offense heads out onto the field to open this drive. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Off play action. Makes the catch. It's Berry. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Back to throw, it's Coleman. Looking for a big play. Goes high to pull it in. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella, continued to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to him.
Wants to throw again. Fires to the middle. He makes the catch. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Tight end finds a soft spot. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
second down coming up.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The give to the back. Got enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They'll go right back to the run. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.